possible. We got another fillet table live, and we got some tanks that we're going to be filleting today. Kevin and I headed out this morning. Took us a little bit to figure them out. The hole we wanted to go to was frozen over. It was 24 degrees, so it was a little nippy out. But we stuck it out with our trout magnets as always, keeping it simple and cheap, and just rotating color. And eventually we figured them out and we got on them pretty good. We caught about 20 or so. Pennsylvania limits 3. We did get our 3 each. So I'm going to bring those out in just a minute. I got my heater cranking, try to keep my hands from freezing up like yesterday. But yeah, let me get the knife sharpened and we'll get to cutting. Vike, welcome in. Stuart, welcome in. Get my knife sharpener here. Yeah, it was a little challenging. We had everything rigged for the spot we were thinking of going, but we found ourselves fishing it real shallow, but up in the current. So it's just a matter of getting the split shot right, really. Once we got the split shot on there and figured out the weight and how far up the split shot was, we started getting them pretty good. Everybody just connecting around. Army Mom, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sharpening up. Safety first. Always cut away from you. Knives are not weapons. They're for cutting fish. That's for Nolan, because YouTube told Nolan he has to say that. Never told me that, but they told Nolan he has to say that anytime he's handling a knife. I think because he's younger and I look old. Like I should know better, I guess. Safety first. Safety first. Now this is going to be a fillet table live, so if you don't want to see blood, not the right live for you. We're going to be cutting up our fish. I'm going to do, I think, boneless, skinless for these guys. I've got some pickle juice behind me. We're going to marinate them in pickle juice, and then I'm going to bread them and bake them for dinner. That's going to be the recipe today. There's Myra. Welcome, welcome. There is a package at your front door. This might turn into this may turn into one of those, what do they call them, mail calls? Hang on. If we do have a package, can I show it off, Myra? I won't show the address or anything, but let me go get it, and you let me know. Yes, there is a package at my front door. This was not planned, but this is not the first time you can show it off. All right, cool. So Buying Space, that's right there, just sent me this box. This was not a planned mail call. She literally just told me it was at the front door. Just lemon pepper. No, man, I love the pickle. What, you don't like the pickle, G4? It tastes, we have a video out there. It's the imitation Chick-fil-A sandwich. My boys love it, so we're gonna do Chick-fil-A style, but baked. Danny, what's going on? What's going on? Well, since I got this package here, let me grab my other knife and cut into it. I might be able to do this without a knife. Just don't want to show the address. Get some creepers showing up off the internet. Just lemon pepper. We do them different style all the time. Oh my goodness. I was expecting jewelry. I'm not kidding. I was expecting jewelry. All right, let's take a look here. This is what Buying Space sent us. Myra, this is looking good. I see some nice baits in here. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see that all right. This is a crazy mail call, Myra. Quinn, welcome in, buddy. Thanks for coming in here. Appreciate you guys. This was not supposed to be a mail call, and we will get to cutting fish in a moment. But Myra's in chat and just told me this was on my front door. It's a little creepy, but she was right. This was sitting on my front door. Bud Files, welcome in. Gel bait and tackle. It's been ages, brother. Let me get you a wrench here, buddy, for so you can connect around. We go way back. Appreciate you coming in here. Hope all is well. Dennis Bigfoot, what's going on, brother? Goando Fishing Lures. It said scan me. I thought it said scam me. If you really want me to. Ooh. Look at this shrimp. It's got a shrimp. That's pretty cool looking. It's got some soft plastics, which I'm a big fan of. It's got some of these guys here. You can always catch something on those. I really like the setup, actually. This is Travis Yoder's favorite, but you ain't getting this one, Travis Yoder. This one's mine. And then we got some, looks like Swedish pimple, some type of spoon with a little red on it. That would be good. Some little cricket guys. Choco, welcome in, welcome in. That's a new name for us. Welcome in. We're going to get the cleaning fish in just a minute. Just going to show you off some of the, I guess that's a, we call that a rattle trap maybe, or a lipless crank. Same difference. Another crankbait with a, I guess it's a plug. It's got the flat end, popper maybe, you know. But yeah, we got some nice fishies in the cooler today, guys. We got some slabs in there. This is a lipped crankbait, so that'll dive. It's pretty cool. Ooh, it's got a crayfish, which looks like it will glow in the dark. This is pretty cool. Daniel Barry, what's going on, brother? Not much, trying to get back to you guys. I've been a little depressed lately. Dude, it's going around, brother. The light, man. This time of year, the light is, it's not good for depression and mental health. So, get outside, man. Get outside and go for a walk each day. That works for me. Nice little, that one looks like it glows in the dark too. A lot of these guys down here in the bottom look like they glow in the dark. There's a nice jig head in there. There's some beads, which I kind of desperately need beads, and some hooks and some jig heads, some spinners. So yeah, very cool, Myra. Thank you very much. I think I will gift this to Kevin, and he's better at trying new things than I am. Y'all know how I roll. I put that trout magnet on, and I never take it off. Never, ever. So I just popped up to do a fish cleaning, but Buying Space right here comes into my chat and says there's a package at your door. So I walk out there, and this package is sitting on my door. So thank you, Buying Space, Myra. There's Ruby, welcome in. Rushing Wind Mountain, another awesome member. I'm sorry about that, Dennis. I think that was I'm guessing that was a pup. Chaco is from India. Welcome, welcome. We're from the United States. I fish out of Pennsylvania. If I see you in here a few times, I'll wrench you up. Or if you comment on one of my videos, I can connect back to you. And then I'll give you a wrench so you can come into my lives. We're live every day and connect around. Yeah, it's an awesome gift. As much as I love trying new things, it's hard for me to try new things on camera. I'll just keep throwing that trout magnet. Kevin will love this thing. Do you like Johnny Depp? I think I know who he is, but I don't watch TV. So I've got no opinion on Johnny Depp. Skeeter, what's going on, brother? I'm going to get the ice fishing stuff. We're going to do a Q&A tonight, popping up live. I'm going to set up everything for ice fishing. We'll go over that. I'm loving your stream. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me get started. Let me get the fish rolling here. It's cold here. It's right around the freezing mark, so I have the heater. It took me almost an hour to get my hose thawed out for this. I've never worn gloves filleting, but since it's so cold, I'm going to try to do that. We'll start with the big guys, I guess, huh? That's what we're working with, guys. This is what we have to do here. I'm going to start with the big bow. These have all been dispatched. That's a male. You can tell by the jaw. They call that a kype. That's a big male rainbow trout. Okay? Help if I turn the water on. Told myself I was going to keep my gloves on today, and I already lied. The light's kind of bad. I might have to move the camera. Hey, Glacier, welcome, welcome. Let me move the camera. I wanted to keep it right there so I could kind of chat with you all better. You can't win with the sunlight. I'm hoping it ducks back behind the clouds so it'll be easier for me to chat with you all. But I also want you to be able to see the table. Whew. It's kind of ridiculous here. Here, let me get you guys squared away. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Good Lord. Good Lord. Going up. Using Steve Brill's tripod. Thank you, bro. This thing's coming in handy for me. You guys can probably see better than I can. Right there. There we go. Devin, what's a pellet eating pond pet? Let's get cutting. This is the real world. This is a male. It is spawning season. You're gonna see some stuff. You know what I'm talking about, Devin? Everyone else about to get an education. All right. These are stock trout, guys. So don't feel bad for them too much. These are stocked, bred. These are 2.5-year-old fish, stocked and caught. So not pay to fish, but stock, same idea as some people around the country. They raise the fish up in a hatchery and they turn them loose. You pay you get your license each year and you go out and you can harvest 3. This time of year you can harvest 3 each. So I got 3, Kev got 3. So here's a rainbow. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut behind the gills down to the backbone. I'm gonna turn my knife, ride the backbone all the way to the end, and then I'm gonna flip the fillet and take the skin off the back side. So first cut right behind the gills. There's a lot of meat right up top, so you wanna make sure you get that on an angle. Let's see if I move it back a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. All right, Jailbait, be good, man. Be good. So glad you came in, man. Miss you. Trying to cut, I don't want that belly on a male, so going a little bit above that. All the way to the end here, and when you get to the end, you're gonna flip that fillet, okay? The reason you do that is so you can take the skin off the back side, so it's still attached, right? So I'm gonna cut through here, down to the skin, and I'm gonna turn it. And that way you come up with a skinless fillet. My table's got some ice on it, so just bear with me. I'll do the best I can here. I got the heat on it right now, trying to thaw everything out. It's been cold. So if I did that right, yeah, perfect. So there's the skin. You guys can see the skin. The back has no meat on it. That's what you want. That was a good cut. I should work fast because it's going to freeze on me real quick. But there's the back side, no meat on it. I mean, no skin on it, no meat on it. Now, I got to clean up the front. Next step is to take the ribs out. Yep, I knew the gloves weren't going to work. I don't know how people use gloves. I can't cut with gloves. Okay, as soon as you get under these ribs, you're going to turn your knife this way, and you're going to let the knife just slide down the back of them. It's just the way I do it. You guys might have a better way, but this is how I grew up doing them. The ribs, you should almost be able to see through them. So, almost done. There's pin bones in these guys. I like to take the pin bones out. So this is the back, right? The pin bones right here, you can feel them. And they go on a 45-degree angle towards the backbone. So I'm going to take my knife. They stop about here. They go from here to here. I'm going to take the knife just under them. And I'm going to copy that angle. Okay? I'm going to cut on that angle. Make sure I get deep enough. And now I'm going to go just above them and straight down. And if you turn your knife sideways a little bit, you should be able to take that piece of meat right out. Some people leave these in and they think they save more meat. For me, with 2 kids that don't want bones in their fish, I find that we save more meat this way. So I don't know if you guys can see those little red dots there, but that's the pin bones. That's the pin bones going down. Let me wash this up, but this is a boneless, skinless fillet. Let me wash that up. I guess I'll leave that glove on. At least I'll have one warm hand maybe. Hopefully you guys can see this all. I don't know if chat's gonna freeze up on me again. Let me see. Oh, messages. 21, 20 from folks in here, 13, thank you guys. I do a lot of this stuff because you know what, if you don't know how to clean fish, you can't watch a video one time. You gotta see somebody do it over and over again, and I'll screw up. You're gonna screw up sometimes, and I'll show you how to fix when you do screw up. I guarantee you I'll screw one up. But it's not the end of the world. Not a big deal. Okay. That's one right here. Now, let me see if I can slide you guys around this way. I'm going to go over here. All right. Now, if G4 is watching, you might want to turn away and not watch this. But this baby's going right into the pickle juice, baby. You cook however you want to cook. I'm just cooking the way my kids like it. They love this. This is like Chick-fil-A style right here. Let's get back. Let's get the other side of this fillet off. Hopefully you guys can see all right. If not, let me know. I'll see what I can do. But let's get the other side of this fish done. That's a big old fillet. I'm going to be smoking trout too if you guys want to hang out after I do these fish. I've got a smoker. It's now smoking. I should really throw the fillet on, but let me get these guys done. We got trout from yesterday that we're smoking today. These guys will be dinner tonight though. If you have a board, I use this little drop off. That's like a nice little secret. Use a 2x4. That way you can get the knife, instead of it like on an angle like this, you can get it down like this. A lot easier to make a good cut along the backbone. And everyone says, oh, you should sharpen your knife. You should sharpen your knife. It's sharp. There's not like a speed race to this. You want it to go down the backbone. So I'm just kind of feeling my way down is what I'm doing. My knife could be sharper in all honesty, but you know what I mean? It's not a race. That's bone right there. So I've hardly wasted anything. Ugly hatchery trouts, banged up tails, you know. Looks like we're frozen. Unless you guys are just being quiet. Let me go here. Let me do all messages. I'll go back to top messages. Yep, it's frozen. I'm sorry, guys. Chat. All messages. Yeah, it's been frozen. I'm sorry if I missed you guys. Alright, I'll just do my best. YouTube's not helping out the outdoorsmen, I'll tell you. All these little hiccups they're having. Ain't easy with 25 degrees and cold, wet fingers to keep up with all these tech issues they're having. They need to figure it out real quick. But we all go in the rumble. Okay. So not bad, but you see a little bit more meat on that side than the other side. Wasn't as good of a cut, but good enough. I always keep a bucket handy. That's where all the scraps go. And then The scrap, some of it will go to our turtles, some will go to our catfish, some of it goes into bait for channel cats, and some even goes down to the chickens, and the rest go into the compost for the gardens. We use it all. Under the ribs. Okay. Oh, my family's back. Get ready for fights. 2 kids and my wife are pulling in. It's going to be World War III out here in a minute. Let's get the pin bones. Under it. Over it. I think they were going to see if the outdoor ice rink was frozen. I guess not. Okay. That's done. Take this off. Just cleaning up the bottom. On these big fish, you get a little bit of the belly meat, which is okay if it's clean. Is it frozen?
Yeah, it's not even filled with water.
Well, they'll fill it once it gets cold.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one just needs to be cleaned off. I blew up my spigot with the ice. That's why the tape's on it.
How are the fillets looking?
They're looking good. I just got the big rainbow done.
Any eggs?
This one's a male, so no.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't see what you were saying. I stopped in the chat for a little bit.
Yeah, I heard somebody say, "Hey, Kevin, look what came." Myra gave us that, and I'm gifting it to you. She came in the chat and she said,
See you guys later. I'm gonna
she
go.
said it's at the front door. So I walked out and did a mail call in the middle of the live. Come over and say thank you to her.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's get the other big guy.
The pileys last.
Yeah, I'm going to do the big bows first.
Big bows.
Big bow.
Yes, I'm going to go.
Okay. Whew. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'll get you turned around in 1 second here. You might be on camera, just so you know, Kristen. Okay. Bye, Ruby. I'll catch you later. This chat's driving me up a wall. It keeps freezing up. I can't see any comments. All right, we got 14 in, 15 thumbs up. Let's get the cutting here. You might see some nerves and flinching, but these guys have been brain dead. They have been dispatched. Yeah, that's the stuff I would like to avoid. Let me get my hose. Where the heck's the end of the hose? There it is. Good Lord. That is the way it goes, guys. That's the way it goes. There you go. Never too late to bleed a fish. Gotta go slow with the cold hands. Make sure you're cutting fish and not yourself. Take this belly meat right here off. fillet's a little bit nicer too if you take that belly meat out. Bad. There's like a little knot in the meat. I don't know what it was about, an old injury. I'm cutting it out, not taking any chances. Take that belly meat out of there. A little bit slower when it's cold out so you don't lose a finger. Pin bones. The pin bone cut is what our turtles eat, so I don't feel as bad like I'm wasting it because our turtles do love that cut. And that's basically an edible piece of meat. Okay. Over to the pickle juice. I think G4 probably just went and unsubbed for me for the pickle juice. But to my defense, we make them a lot of different ways. Yeah, I think it was froze for a while there, Rod. Trout caviar cured in Tabasco sauce is another favorite. There's Jenny. Welcome in, Jenny. Outdoor Wally. Welcome, welcome. Fish was on today. We got some hogs. We've got some hogs. Yeah, that's why I do the pin bones. That's what I read about them. Do the pin bones because they're half cartilage, half bone. So same thing with the chickens. The calcium helps their you can buy oyster shells, but you can also give them bones. So we try to save money wherever we can. So yeah, some of these go to the chickens. These are basically the size of small salmon, Glacier. I missed that first one here. There we go. But I missed another one. By the time you get done tinkering around, it looks like something you'd buy at the restaurant, right? Or at the store. Do that undercut, 45 degrees. Do the overcut. Okay. I missed my spigot already, guys. I missed my spigot already. Okay, that's 2 in the pickle juice. I'm gonna do the palomino. We got a palomino trout coming up next, guys. Kev caught that one. Now, his colors aren't as bright as they were when we started today, but palomino, it's really just a golden rainbow. I think it's the more scientifically correct way. We still call them palominos around here, but I think technically they're a golden rainbow trout. Let's see if I can find him in here. And then we got some brook trout too. We can do the brookies. Let me see. My son's. Kev caught his limit before I did, but I caught monsters. I got a big one coming up too that we have not cleaned yet. All 3 of mine are over 17 inches. That's the palomino. I don't know if the colors do it justice, but it's a gold trout. It was a lot golder when we started the day, but they start losing their colors. So that's a pally. Jenny, welcome friends. Come in, make yourself at home. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate that. So these are the 3 that we're going to bake for dinner. The other ones I'm going to be, I think, freezing. That's a pally. Yeah, that's what we call them. Like I said, probably a golden rainbow, scientifically. I know some fish nerds going to come in and correct me. This one looks good too. The meat looks a little nicer. Yeah, sorry if I missed anybody coming in the chat, guys. Chat was frozen half the time there. Paul, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in here. Hope you're having a good day. Tomorrow's Monday. We're going to be doing a member-only Monday tomorrow, so if you're a member, we're going to pop up 10 a.m. fishing live. Not sure if I'm going to chase trout again or if I'm going to switch to carp at the lake. Not sure yet. I do have a good bit of trout right now, so I might switch it up and go for carp. It'd be easier for me to keep track of chat when I'm fishing behind poles. Trout fishing is real tough to chat. Moving up and down the creek. So I'm thinking I'll probably go to the local lake tomorrow, which does have trout. Actually, I might have to go to the creek. That lake's probably frozen. So it'll be pretty easy to figure out which ones are the pallies. The pallies are small compared to the big bow. Okay, this heater is a game changer. I got this little heater down on the floor. Man, this thing is a game changer. Of course, I just knocked it off and get the pilot lit again. There we go. If you need a heater for hunting or fishing, I highly recommend Mr. Heater Portable Buddy. Runs on low for 6 hours, super quiet. I take it out in the hunting stand, and I'm not sponsored by them, but awesome. Use it for ice fishing, everything. Okay, I've got one more fillet that's going in the pickle. I know the pickle juice is overflowing. That's all right. You don't even need to do the pickle juice. I just like it. The boys like it. Whatever recipe you do, it tastes good, but when you soak it in that pickle juice, there's a subtle pickle flavor. And if you've ever eaten Chick-fil-A, it's that flavor. That's the flavor that people can't figure out. It's pickle juice. When I used to guide, we always would fillet up the salmon on the river, and we'd throw it in Ziplocs, and we would just throw salad dressing in there. And then by the time we decided to have a shore lunch, it was marinated. I don't want to miss this belly meat. Don't want to miss that belly meat down there. Okay, here's the pally. I'm actually going to take that head off. I got to use the head for catfishing. No way I'm going to pass up a pally head. Who do we got coming in here? Billy L, what's going on? Pickles, that's right, pickle juice. Marinating them in pickle juice. At least 3 of them. There's that anal fin sometimes, depending how you do that first cut. Take a look down at where the anal fin is. You might have some bones you got to take care of there. Pin bones, cut right under them, right over them. Wouldn't be in anything live without sirens going off in the background. This is why our taxes are so high. There's always sirens going off. You wonder, like, what's going on? There's not that many people around here. You would think that that would be a pretty rare occurrence to hear some type of siren, but every day you hear sirens. Is that one of our pumpkins?
Yeah. The little one.
Kristen found an extra pumpkin from our garden. A lost pumpkin.
Yep. It's cute.
These are ready to go in. When you go in, just take these pickled fillets. I think that's enough for all of us for dinner. That can go in the fridge. There it is. G4, eat your heart out. Look at that. Pickled. Okay.
Yep.
Let's get the big brookie up here. Kristen found a cute pumpkin, y'all. Yay, Kristen. Hey, Stacy, welcome in, buddy. Look at this beast right here. Big old brook trout. Over to the table. Over to the table we go. Beautiful colors. Yeah, that's a big boy right there. Big girl. Might have some eggs. I think we do. Yep, we got some eggs. Bear with me 1 second. Kev will be very mad if I don't harvest his eggs. So let me get a bowl. Be right back. Kristen just told me it's cold. Like I'm out here wet. Do you think I don't know it's cold? All right. I'm going to shoot the eggs right out of the vent. Look at it. I know a lot of people get grossed out by this, but trust me, if you can get away with doing it this way, it's a whole lot easier than doing it the other way. And we don't need many. But this batch we'll probably use for bait, honestly, because we have a lot of caviar. And we usually eat it with like cream cheese, and you can only eat so much cream cheese. Okay. That's all you do. If you do it this way, there's no skeins, because when you shoot it out the vent, it actually takes the skeins and the veins and all the blood and everything, and what comes out are just straight up eggs. You just rinse it off through a skein. Is that the right word, skein? They can't both be skeins. Like a screen. I don't know what you call it. And then you can just put salt and water and let it sit for at least a half an hour. What we do is we put Tabasco sauce and we soak them all night long. And then the next morning, we'll rinse the Tabasco off of it and put it in a jar. And they'll hold for about a week. And they're awesome. Strainer, yeah. Big girl has eggs, yep. Yeah, it's a little nasty if you're like not an outdoorsman. But trust me, when you start breaking those skeins, I did a short and I got so much hate mail from that. You know, they're like, oh, that's abusing the animal. I'm like, all right, go back to Walmart and buy your own eggs then. Trust me, it's a lot easier that way. Okay. Still some more eggs in there too, I can feel them. Oh, I can actually see the screen now. This is great. I'll turn you a little bit. Sun went behind a cloud. And it's coming right back out. Dang nabbit. I could have been halfway done the smoked trout by now. I should have gotten that on first, but I don't want to stop now. I'm in a rhythm. And make sure you get each rib as you come down here. If you miss any, it's not a big deal. You just come back and clean it up. I missed that one there. Pin bones. I hate when it's there. Sometimes the pin bones ride up in the real thick part of the meat, like this one. I'll try to cut it as close as I can without wasting any meat. Okay. I've actually, I don't have this dialed in because one time it worked and one time it didn't. But technically you can take these strips and soak them in vinegar and those pin bones will dissolve in a couple weeks. Like I said, I did it one time and they were amazing. I did them again and I didn't eat trout for a while. I don't know what I did wrong. So I won't put a video out till I dial that in, but maybe I'll figure that part out. I haven't really thought about it till just now, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to freeze these. I'm going to freeze these up. We might do it like a fish fry or something. Maybe like Wednesday. We don't eat fish every day. Probably like every third day maybe.
I need the hose when you're done. Just don't shut it off when you're done.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to be a little bit here.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Alaskan Assassin, welcome in. I did a mail call for you. I've been busy all day. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I did do a mail call for you last night. I appreciate that. Here, Mrs. Skeeter just got home from Maryland. All right, so you probably spent the day cleaning up your house. Miss Skeeter, no wonder why you were having a good time on your lives. You were sitting there partying away. Now Mrs. Skeeter's home, you better clean up your act. It's funny, all summer and spring mostly, get in the habit of cleaning those small trout. And now we're getting into the big ones in fall. And I'm definitely slower than I was in the spring. There's no edit button on a live, so you kind of have to take your time and not look like an idiot and screw up. Clean that off. Come here, hose. Skeeter, I don't know if you're in here. I'm going to do a live tonight going over the ice fishing stuff. If I get time, I'm going to actually set the ice tent up too. I got to take a look at it, make sure it's in good shape. Make sure the mice didn't get into it or anything. It's looking like we're going to have some ice fishing this year. The creeks are already freezing up down here. Paul, you know my deal, man. Jigs and soft plastics all the time. Never ever going to change. Did the trout magnet and the trout worms. Changed up all the different colors and they never fail. And they're easy. And they're cheap. So I either use double hook angling if I have the right size of Dave's, or I'll use trout magnet, but about 1/164th. And from there, if you're into current like we were where we got these guys, we just added a little tiny split shot. I don't even know what size, real tiny. And the split shot was key. First cast with the split shot, immediately started catching them. All different colors. I don't know if we caught, I know I caught one on black, I caught one on brown power worm, cream colored, and I think the yellow green. I don't know what Kevin caught him on, but he was all trout magnet too. We tried the teaser, this new Berkeley thing, no luck on it. Um, is Double Hook in here? Welcome in, Double Hook, if you're in. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. You'll see, Skeeter, you don't need as much gear as you think. And you can use a regular rod. It's just a little more awkward, but you can totally use a regular rod. You know how Kevin is. Sometimes he prefers to use a regular rod and just lays it down on the ice. And the reason being is we don't have solid freeze up. Sometimes we walk away from the ice fishing hole to like find where the water's flowing in, and then you can cast, right? So if you get all nerded up, I use this word a lot because people go overboard, man. They're like, oh, we're gonna be ice fishing. Unless you're in like Maine or something, you know, around here, half the lake isn't even frozen, or you have like the spillway or something. Chances are that's where they're going to be. They're not going to be under the ice. If there's something flowing, there's going to be more food flowing into there. That's where they are. So if you got some open water, give that a shot before you start drilling holes on the ice. That's just my 2 cents. You still got the 2 Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep, I get my jigs from Dave at Double Hook Angling, and I get my flies usually from Stuart the Fish Whisperer for the most part. So many layers of clothing you can't move. Yeah. When we were fishing together, we did a pickerel day, Paul and I, from PA Outdoor Couple. And anytime I'm fishing with somebody, I like to start them with exactly what I'm using. You know, I mean, they could always do their own thing, but if they're, you know, if they're taking advice from me, I'm going to give them what I'm using pretty much. I used to do that with Nolan. Like, we'd set up next to each other for catfishing, and he wouldn't catch anything, and I would catch him. First thing I'd do is like, let's switch spots. You cast where I'm casting, because I want to rule it all out. I want to make sure we got the right gear, and I don't want to outfish the person I'm with. That's not the point. It's for us to have fun. Now, what do I do with my bag? I mean, that's a solid fillet right there. That's a nice piece of meat. What do I got left? I got 2 more to go. They're the small ones, I think. Yeah, 2 small ones are Kev's. Shout out to Nolan. That's Mission Discover. Appreciate you putting that info out there, Jenny. Jenny. All right, don't make fun of Kevin's. He tried hard. So it was slow at start. So it took us. Well, Kev caught one right away. As soon as we went live, we caught one, and then it slowed down. And I was on a member only live, but they weren't really biting, and we were trying to find a spot to cross the creek. So when he caught the second little one, he was like, I better keep it. So he kept it. And then I started slamming them. So I'm like, I'm only going to keep big ones. And then his third was the Palomino. So he wasn't going to let that one go because he swears they taste better. So that's how we came to have 2 little trout in the batch of Mondos. But we did get a bunch of big ones. Big ones. I've got a couple 100 shorts coming. All right, back to the table. 13 in here, 26 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. I don't know if it's worth doing these type of lives or not. I mean, if it helps one person, I'm going to keep doing them because I'm going to be live I have to do this anyway. Probably do it quicker without yapping it. But little guys are so much easier. Nice firm meat. Probably tastes better too, to be honest with you. Let's try to mass produce this last bit here. I'm going to go live about 7 o'clock tonight, guys, and I'm going to talk. It's going to be a Q&A, but it's going to be based around ice fishing, okay? I've ice fished all my life, but I live in Pennsylvania. I've spent some time in Alaska, but I won't say I'm like an expert, but I'm good on the safety, because when you live in Pennsylvania, you have to know safety, because if somebody's going through, it's going to be somebody from Pennsylvania. Come on, what are you doing to me? All right, I told you I'd mess up. If you've been in here since the beginning, Tammy, you don't like these lives, but you always find them, don't you? I told you I'd mess up. Skin's on, right? Look at all that skin on. Let me show you. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut down under the ribs, and then we're gonna go backwards and get that skin off. Hey, Slab, welcome, welcome. If you're coming in now, you've missed all the big fish, so don't laugh at my little trout, all right? All right, so I got the cut down here, and I'm gonna just turn the meat, use that as a grip. And take the meat right off, or the skin right off that way. Okay, little piece up top, but that's not gonna hurt anyone. Small trout like that doesn't really have any scales. I'm not even gonna bother scaling it. All right, let's get this guy. Going to play hockey? Should call the park and ask them if they're going to fill it up with water. Because they'll be lazy if people don't press them, you know.
Well, yeah, last year, father who had kids on the ice said that he had to call the fire department and ask them to fill it up.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They banned burning here, and then it's been raining for a week and snowing, and they've never taken the ban away. That's what they do around here. You got to push them to you got to fight for your right, you know. You know, they don't pick up leaves, and we have half a ton of leaves out here. What are we supposed to do with them? I can't feel my fingers. It's cold. Not as bad as yesterday. This heater is really helping. Okay. Let's clean those off, and then we're done the filleting. See what's going on in here. Hey, Mike, welcome in. MEP's in the house. Look busy. I'm never busy. You fishing today, Mike? Hello.
Yeah? Nice.
Every time I'm live, she has some weird comment. She came by one day, and there was a dead squirrel on the road, and she asked me if I wanted it. And she said, I used to eat dead squirrels. I'm like, neighbors. You want that dead squirrel? You gonna eat that dead squirrel? I'm pretty redneck. And I'll occasionally entertain the idea of eating a roadkill deer, but I could draw my line at roadkill squirrels. I'll eat a squirrel, but not one that's been turned into raw beef jerky.
Squirrel pancake.
Squirrel pancake. Well, I'm done with the hose. If you wanted the hose, you can have it.
Yeah.
Can you run this inside first, though? Actually, you know what? Let me seal this good for the freezer. It's not going to be in there long. If I was going to freeze this long term, I'd put this in a bucket of water, press out all the air, and freeze it that way. But, you know, it's going to be in there 2 days tops. But might as well freeze it in case it turns into 3 or 4 days. I think we ate all the other trout out of there, right?
Out of the
Freezer should
freezer?
be empty. Yeah, there's
Sure.
catfish in there and stuff, but no more trout.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
If you
It's fish, but I'll,
keep that somewhere separate, I don't want to get it mixed up with the perch and catfish.
I'll label it.
That's smart. That's smart. Let me get you guys situated here. There we go. Bob, do you show how to skin a deer? I would love to. I would really love to. But with what's been going on with some of my members, like Cast Blast, they tried to take his channel down. Yeah. I can definitely, I may try to do it. Unfortunately, it doesn't even matter if it's a member only. If they want it down, they'll take it down and they can punish you for it. No matter what you do, you try to follow the community standards. They can take it down, and all they tell you is that, you know, minute 15 to 15 minute and 5 seconds. But you look at that section of the video and there's nothing really breaking their community standards, but you got to take it out. And it just turns into being a huge project. So I'm very nervous doing it. I'm really nervous doing it, Skeeter. I will film it. I will film it. And I can't even use their platform. We are starting a Rumble channel, so I'll probably do that stuff on Rumble, to be honest with you, because I know, you know, you can do all that stuff there and it's fine. We got a TikTok going, but they're even worse than YouTube, so I'll probably do that stuff on Rumble. Yeah, it's a great question. That's the first step. First step is to gut the deer, field dress the deer, take all the guts out of it. And then the second step is to skin it. So it's a great question. That's exactly what you do. Right, exactly. I think it would have to go on a video, but it's still, I mean, I watched Cast Blast. When his video came out, I watched it immediately. And I wouldn't have done anything differently. You can't do it any differently. Like, I'm not going to go on about it because I'll probably be slapped on the wrist for it. So, let me check these smoker out here. I got to take that other. I still got stuff from yesterday smoking. Yeah, we'll just kind of hang out. I can take off my apron. I'm just going to be processing the fish, guys. I got trout from yesterday. We've got some smoked trout in the fridge ready to go. I'll put some in bags, and if I see Steve on the route, I'll make sure I hand off of that. I've got trout to cook tonight, and I'm going to make another batch of smoked trout right now for this week. Yeah, Slab, it's completely, like, there's a lot of huge channels that do it. That's the problem. There's no consistency. Out of the blue, Cast Blast got hammered. And I know 2 or 3 other channels. I'm not going to, can't even think of their names right now, but if I think of them, I'm not going to say it. Cast Blast just happened this week. That's why I bring it up. My first video ever under the other channel, I don't even want to talk, was taken down. And that was processing deer. So it's totally depends on, you know, the AI, I guess, but it's not worth it. It's not worth losing your channel for when you're a fishing channel primarily. Yep, I'm using the cutting stones very often, Tammy. I got to do a whole batch of them right now. Yeah, that's probably a big part of it too, Slab. And that's the, you try to get a big audience in, but that's the other side of that. You get a big audience in that isn't into the outdoors, or vice versa, you get a contingency after you, like anti-hunting or something like that, that teams up. Um, what if you get 10 thumbs down, 10 people report it in a row, even though they're all working together? I'm sure that negatively affects you. But, but who wouldn't like me, Slab? I'm irresistible. We got a mail call from Myra. I don't know if you saw Kev. He got yeah, she got a box of lures she gave us. So Kevin ran away with them. He's probably in his room looking at them. I think chat's frozen again. Let's do top messages. Chat filter. All messages. All right, got 17 people in, 31 thumbs up. Get this other salmon on here, the trout on here. I'll be right out. I got to get some hot hands here. I'm gonna check the wood, make sure the wood's in there. I think I got wood in there still. Okay. So I've got some trout right here. I'm going to get them prepped. This is from yesterday's batch. And typically I will dry them out for 3 hours. I totally forgot. So I'm going to let them sit out here in the breeze while I get this thing up to heat, and we'll throw them on. Slab said his videos are banned in Nepal. They made a joke about their national hero. Oh, that's amazing. Yo, Tammy just became a Shark member again. Tammy was one of our first Shark members. And, she is very busy. They're a busy household just like we are. Lots of challenges, but I really appreciate it. We like trains and fish. Forgot to read them. No worries at all. Thank you so much for joining back up. I really appreciate that. Mondays, we're doing a lot more member stuff than when you were first on board there, Tommy. Once we got up near 50, we started doing members only on Mondays. So you can pop back into that stuff. And we fish on panels a lot of the time. So, like you do, that was a Tuesday night panel. And you don't have to fish. You can pop up and show us trains or something. In fact, it kind of is nice that you do something other than fishing sometimes, because I'll be out there fishing. Brad likes to join us, and I like him to join us from All Things Country. So we have the Canadian contingency. Stuart often pops up. So yeah, welcome back in. I appreciate it. So just gonna wait for the smoke now. I don't really got nothing else to do. Well, I got lots of things to do, but I got to do this.
Are you done with the hose?
Yeah, I said I was done with the hose like 25 minutes ago.
I'm just making sure before I drain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to spray out this cooler?
I do, but I'm going to do that later. You can spray out the cooler if you want right now. Okay. People don't care to see me clean up. They want to see me do the fish. And go, yeah. What do you want me to do? Vacuum next? Vacuum on the live? You guys want to see me vacuum? Clorox the table down safely. Clean the windows that I sprayed fish guts on. Hey, Andrew, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Alaskan Assassin fishing out of his Cadillac. I think he needs to decorate that front like a pulpit of like, in Jaws, the pulpit that sticks out and he goes out and shoots the shark from. That's what he needs to do, the front of that Cadillac. He freaked everybody out on his live. It looked like everyone thought he was on a boat. A lot of people thought he was on a boat. And then all of a sudden the rod goes down and he shuts the door and runs out in front of the car. It looked like he was ready to go overboard. But yeah, there was a Cadillac emblem like right in front of him. So that was kind of like a good giveaway. That yeah. You already got, so you can clean the windows. You already got your penny on. Is that what you call it, a penny? I took it off. I'm done. Windows and vacuum the porch. Nah, I'm good. That's my job as a man is in the kitchen. My job's the kitchen. I let my wife cut the grass and cut the wood. Just stay out of my kitchen. I don't know why people think it's, claim it's a woman's job. It's a man's job. We go out and we hunt and fish. It's only right that we cook the darn thing. I'm joking, by the way. I went camping, had to film too hot, was barely at the place. No footage. It happens, man. That's the way it goes, buddy. We know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's South Africa, Andrew. It's been a while. I know you were in chat a couple days ago, but we didn't really have time to talk. Just got some trout magnets. I'm good with Philip cooking. Right. Paul does I'm telling you, man, I think that's going to be a big change. Outdoor, maybe just in the outdoors community, but I enjoy cooking what we catch and I enjoy that stuff. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but yeah, I love cooking. Love it. Let me get the racks out of here and I can kind of better air dry these guys on the racks. See, this is what happens when you have a ghetto smoker that's all rotted out, basically. It's on its last legs, but I was going to get a new one, but it tastes so darn good in this thing. We're going to get a new one. It's not going to taste right. We've smoked this thing, like we run this thing 3-4 times. I'm not joking. 3-4 times a week for, 15 years now. Screwdriver I was looking for. Need a new heating. Kev did me proud today, catching gold. He's that's like his 4th or 5th. I can remember clearly he caught his first golden about 2 years ago at the local fishing derby. He caught it. Yeah, he caught it first. So he caught a pally, and I had never caught one. Believe it or not, I never really, where I fished growing up, they didn't really have pallies much. And style of fishing that we did, I wasn't going to catch too many of them. Didn't really target them or anything like that. Um, I caught one, and then I think, no, he caught his first. He caught it and then let it go. And I caught that same pally later that day. So I was like 44 years old or 45 or 46 when I caught my first pally. And he was like 7. But yeah, he's up to 4 or 5 now. And Lyle got a nice big one. He got an 18-incher last year. But they are still fun. I was kind of bummed that he caught it, because we were using that one to figure out where the pod of trout were. You could see the gold, and then you could see the other trout swimming around it. And as soon as he caught that one, it became a lot harder to figure out where they were. We love our old Traeger. Won't get another one until this one falls apart. That's kind of where I'm at. Let me get these guys out on the elements on the racks. All right. I didn't really rinse them off too hard. I'm going to try something a little bit different. See, I never used to rinse them off at all. And I didn't put too much salt on them this time, so I'm going to try to leave them as they are. I gave them a quick rinse just to get most of the salt off. But usually dry them, let them air either under a fan or air out if the temp's, okay, and there's enough of a breeze and bugs aren't an issue. Or the easiest way to do it is dry them best you can with like a paper towel and then sit them in the refrigerator for 3 hours with no plastic or any covering, and that'll dry them out. Helps absorb the smoke. Let's see. I have a question. Does the pay to play place you fish stock places around water holes? Just no. The one out west does, Jimmy. The one that's out in Richland, Limestone Springs, they do have a hatchery right there. I'm not sure if they do public waters or parties, but they raise a ton of trout. That's a big setup out there. But not the places close to us don't. All right, Slab, I see how it is. Go out and smoke some ribs. I love trout, but I'm not going to lie. I'd rather be doing some baby back ribs right now. Dang it. The state or private clubs stock the creeks around PA. Yep. I'm not sure what that... You can look that up, Jimmy. I don't know if that's considered a co-op as well. But, yeah. Let me see where we are with the smoke. I'm ready to toss this thing in the trash now, Tammy. It's hot enough. I think the bin is kind of like rusted out. So I need to bend it up sometimes so that it's hitting the element. It's got enough heat.
You done filleting all the fish?
Yeah, fish are done. I'm going to throw these guys on the smoker in a minute. What you up to?
Nothing really.
There's some meat over there if you want to cut it up, feed it to your critters. Get those nice pin bones up there. What do you want to do? Say hi to everybody. Tammy's back as a shark member. Tammy and Ray, mom and sons. My favorite fish is haddock. Oh, that's a good one. That's more of a New England fish and hard to find down here. She says hi, Kev. Tammy says,
Yeah, I don't know. Probably go back.
It's
out
a co-op.
somewhere.
They give the trout the club, so they stock get trout from them and big browns. Yo, Steve-O! $5 buckaroonies from Steve, my man.
Thank you very much.
Killing it today. Spoiling us, bro. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. I appreciate that. Gas money for today. Sweet. Thank you so much, buddy. We're smoking some more trout, man. So wherever I go this week, I'm going to be carrying some. So if we can meet up at some point. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to go down to Norristown area or if I'm going to be up closer to me. Did you guys look at the lake? Does it have ice on it?
It doesn't. They didn't even fill it up with water yet.
No, I meant the lake itself. Because
We didn't even go walk down while I was having a little attitude.
Okay. Let's not talk about the attitude on the live. PA, it's chilly here in the mountains, but I'm sure the smell will attract attention fast. Christmas time, ask Santa for a new smoker. There's more important things I need, unfortunately. But I will try to catch some, see what happens. I try to get the heat up real hot, get the smoke blowing, and then as soon as I put it on, I crank the heat back down. But that's where, like, the good smokers, you can have the smoke blowing. The problem is as soon as you cut it back to 140, 150, the smoke stops. So sometimes I'll try to trap it and close the vents up and all, but I mean, really, you only need a couple minutes. First 30 minutes is, like, the most important, it seems. Sasquatch smells my ribs. You'll probably be, oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure, Bouncer, for sure. The Autistic Angler, welcome in, welcome in. Let me talk to my son real quick. Let me hit the mute. Kev wants to go fishing. That's what he had to tell me. I knew he was going to tell me something. He's out here. He wants to go fishing.
Gotta think of a spot where to go without.
We could hit the Unami. Might be some fall fish in there in that hole. You know, there's weird things in there this time of year. Go up to the lake for crappie. Walk around for crappie. Crappie. Kev's got to figure out where he wants to go. My Brinkman smoker is charcoal heated. Yeah, these guys are electric, which is nice because you know you've got the heat down, you know. Of course, mine doesn't work. I have a freaking turkey thermometer in there. Hey, Wendy, welcome, welcome. Hope all is well. We got 19 people hanging out. Yeah, well, we're probably going to be doing catch and release, Jimmy, if we go for crappie. I don't know. Not sure where we're going to go. I don't want to drive too far. I'm going to go out. As soon as I get these on, I'll turn the heat back, and then we can go.
Okay.
Okay? Figure out where you want to go. Make sure the rods are rigged up. Kind of want to, we don't have them rigged. I want to get the fly rods up and running. I don't know where we're going to go fishing, but we're going to go fishing somewhere. So I'm going to shut this thing down. I guess I'll shut it down now. Yeah, I'll be popped up live tonight, 7 o'clock. We're going to do a Q&A live, and we're going to talk about fly fishing, ice fishing. I just saw fly rod. I have a fly rod ordered. Awesome, Mike. Very cool. We got a couple. We just have to, I think they need a line, too. One is probably just needs the leader put on, but the other, I think, needs the whole 9 yards. I got to sit down, remember how to tie a nail knot. But, yeah, I'm going to shut this down. I'll get out of here. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Can't wait to go fly fishing. Yeah, we could talk about some spots, Steve. There's some good spots around here. We just have to be careful not to blow them out because they're kind of wild trout spots. And some of them are Class A fly only, too. So I try not to do any lives or video there, but they're fun. You asked a question. Let's see. Can you keep speckled, spotted, papermouth, grass bass, moonfish, even though you're limited out on trout? Yeah, you can. You just can't fish. You can argue. It depends on who you ask. Can you even target trout? We don't. We won't target trout. We won't fish where there's trout when we're going after crappie now if we've already limited out. You know, some people say you can catch your limit and then keep doing catch and release, but we don't. I won't target them at all once we have our limit. Catch my 3 and I'm 3 and out basically. But yeah, so watch for the live. Yeah, I know where you're talking about, 252. But yeah, I'll pop up live tonight. Roll calls, Gavin. Welcome, welcome. Just heading out. Just cleaned a bunch of fish. Got some real tanks. If you want to see some big old fish, scroll back to the beginning of this. We got some big old trout today. But yeah, we're going to pop up 7 o'clock. It's going to be a Q&A, and the topic's going to be ice fishing. So I'll see you all there. Peace.